Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Jacob and welcome back to the layout. I know it's been a while since I have posted a video, but I have not had the chance to work on my layout. As you will see, there's a lot going on here, but in today's video we're going to go over all of this and we're going to do kind of like a layout tour of 2026. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this guy right here before we get into the whole layout. This guy right here is a SD40-2 from Scale Trains. I picked it up for my birthday. I believe this is the version 1. It runs great. The fuel tank is a little low just because it's prototypical, but I will go into a review about that. Hopefully I'll get a review out tomorrow of it. But let's get right on into the layout tour. So the first place we're going to start here is we're going to start at our station for our small town, which is yet to be named. If you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. I will see if I can use one of your guys' ideas into the layout for the name of the town. But we have our town here with our station, primarily Amtrak. I do have a couple steam locomotives over here that I'm going to run excursions with, like my locomotive there, which is 5203, and the 4014 from Union Pacific. But back to the layout, we have a nice town here. That's a mess at the moment because of the renovations to the layout. But two of the buildings are lit right now. I'm planning to get lights in all of these buildings, the police station, the hotel, and the other corner store section. This guy has lights, and the station has lights. If we make our way down the road here, we have some power lines. There's a police scene here where there's a police officer that pulled over a car, and I can't remember why I moved the car, but there was a person speeding, and the police officer pulled them over. And then we make it over here to a submarine, which should not be on the layout. But we have a building here, which is just a bunch of stores and a corner store and some other stores here, like a hobby store, I believe, and all of that. If we make our way over to here, we have a big mess, it looks like, a lot of locomotives and all of that. But this is the coal mine. This is going to be this is one of the main industries on my layout. One of the other industries on my layout is going to be a power station that's powered by coal. So we have a place where trucks and construction vehicles can park here so that they can get goods into the area and get some more materials to go into the mine. It's also served by rail here. We have, I believe there's one car that can fit underneath the loader, and there's 2 to 3 cars per siding, and this will also come into play with some cool switching where I can have box cars come in here for materials, and I can have coal being loaded. If we make our way down the loop here, we just go back the same way that we were, past the station, and here's where we come into our first kind of curve. We come over here, and this is the new section of the layout. So there's a lot I want to do in these areas. This is going to get a tabletop and pink foam. I have a bunch of pink foam laying right there for it. But we're going to come over here to a double crossover here. That's just so trains, if they're going one way, they can go on that side, and they can go on the other side. Just stuff like that in case a train is taking up one of the tracks. There is going to be 2 kind of sort of industries here, maybe 3 depending on the space I have. The first, we're going to branch off here into a sawmill, which I will have logging cars and wood cars that are going to come, flat cars, pardon me, there we go, flat cars that are going to come through here and pick up wood and all of that. The next thing, we have another track that's going to come on back there and kind of pull itself up here. And this is either going to be an engine area for all of my locomotives, or it's going to be dedicated to steam. My plan is to get some more steam locomotives that are DCC. Those two are DCC. That one's DC. But I want to get some more steam locomotives, and I want to do more with steam here. I'm planning on maybe putting a recycling section here. I have some recycling buildings over there in my workshop area. I'm sorry, everything's a mess. But I'm planning on putting maybe a recycling plant, maybe something else over here, storage of some sort. And then we're going to make our way down the line. That's a mess of wires right now. And we're going to come over here to where all of my train cars are lined up and everything. We're going to have a reverse loop that's going to come around back into the double track main, which is going to be and in the middle of all of it, there's probably going to be a city type area and a power plant. This is going to be the second big industry on the layout is going to be right in this general area. So yeah, that's the layout for you in 2026, starting off the year. We have some new framing and some new legs on the table, and we have some new tables. And so that's what is going on with the layout right now. My plans for 2026 is to get this foam turned brown and start getting some industries on the foam, get the layout of everything and get all the tracks set up and wired so that I can make sure everything is good and have some fun while I'm working on everything, because that's what the hobby's about, is having fun and doing what you want and creating your own little world. And the next thing is to get all of these train cars off of this board, and me and my dad are going to cut a board to fit the top of this, and we're going to get foam on it. And I don't know if I want to put an elevation here yet. I might, because everything's really flat right now. And yeah, and the last thing, everything on this layout is Kato Unitrack. There's one little tiny section that's FlexTrack, but the standard on this layout is Kato Unitrack. If I use FlexTrack, it's for an area that the curve needs to be sharper, or they don't make the curve, and that's just so that I can keep everything uniform. But 90% of the track on this layout is going to be Kato Unitrack, unless I'm forced to use the FlexTrack. And all of the train cars that go onto the layout are Microtrains couplers and wheel sets. I have a lot of vintage cars here, like these guys are vintage, and a whole bunch of other vintage cars that have the hook couplers, and I will be replacing all of it with Microtrains. Now, if we head over to the paint booth, we can kind of see what else I'm working on. I know it's a mess, but we have a saw here for our sawmill. There's the blade, and this is a coaling tower or co-op tower for the layout. And if we head back here one more area, I'm working on the coaling tower here and the coaling tower base, as well as the sawmill and a bunch of other projects going on at once with ships and all of that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. This is my layout, and I hope you guys stick around for the year and watch it progress. Thank you guys for watching. Happy model railroading.